and around. English Radio Worldwide Online.
Okay, on the line we have Richard Zimmerman, who is the executive and founding director of Orangutan Outreach in New York, which is in the United States. Hello, Richard.
Hello. Pleasure to be here.
Great to have you here. And Richard just let me know that he used to be an English as a second language teacher. We weren't going to talk about that. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I taught in Spain for a while. I taught then in California, where I was raised. And then I taught English as a second language also in a New York City high school. So, I'm very familiar with ESL.
Very good. Well, we're the only ESL radio station for teens in existence, actually.
Excellent.
Yes. Well, can you tell us a little bit about the orangutan, like what they're like and where they live?
All right. Well, orangutans are amazing. I'm a bit biased. I absolutely adore them. I love them. I always have since I'm young. Orangutans live in two places, in Borneo and Sumatra. Mm-hmm. And that's in Indonesia and Malaysia in Southeast Asia. Mm-hmm. And that's really, it's two islands. And it's a problem because they're losing their forest habitat and there's nowhere else for them to go.
Right. So what's happening?
Well, basically, the land is being converted to palm oil. And what's happening is the timber industry is cutting down the forests, and then the land is converted into giant oil palm plantations. Mm-hmm. And every animal that lives in those forests really either is killed or captured. And the orangutans are really suffering because of this, especially for the last 10 years. We estimate that several thousand are being killed a year, and a lot of them are being, the adults are killed on site, the young are captured, and the babies are then taken and sold into the illegal animal trade. And what happens is we have teams on the ground to try to rescue them or confiscate them and bring them to centers in Borneo and Sumatra where we care for them until they can be returned safely to the wild.
You're doing some wonderful, wonderful work. I've seen some videos on the internet about showing orangutans doing sign language, communicating through sign language. Do you think that you can develop a relationship with an orangutan?
Certainly. Not many of them do sign language. There are a few prime examples. There's a famous orangutan named Chantek, mm-hmm. who lives at Zoo Atlanta in the United States, who's really, he's so good at sign language, he's far better than I am.
Really?
And I almost feel
do you sign,
ignorant.
Do you sign also?
No, I don't.
Okay.
So he's wanting to sign when you see him, but he has the advantage there. But really, orangutans are incredibly intelligent.
Oh yeah,
they really do have, for lack of better words, personality. They're smart. They're curious. They have likes and dislikes. So yeah, you can develop a relationship. Anyone who knows a zookeeper who's known orangutans for years. It's a very special relationship because they're animals, but there's an intelligence in them that is very human-like, and so they can be your friends. They really respond in a way that is absolutely profound.
I think you can see a lot in their eyes when you look into their eyes.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Richard, how did you get involved with orangutan rescue?
Well, I've loved them since I'm little. Really, no one even knows. My parents can't even figure out what happened when I was very young. I fell in love with them. But I didn't pursue biology or primatology in school. Mm-hmm. So whatever I was doing in my life, and part of that was teaching ESL, orangutans were always sort of part of me in the background. And it wasn't until I was a little bit older that I realized how grave the situation was in the wild, and that there was a really a time-sensitive need to save them and protect them in their forests. And about 10 years ago, I started volunteering with my time and skills to help organizations who were trying to help them on the ground. And after a couple of visits to Indonesia, and what I actually saw with my own eyes, what was happening with the deforestation and the devastation, I realized I wanted to do more. So what I did was I actually created Orangutan Outreach. And we're about to turn 8 this.
Oh, congratulations.
So thank you. But it's
8 years.
It's difficult to explain because I'm doing this from my heart. I absolutely adore them, but it's critical that this moves forward as a project and that we're able to protect these creatures.
Right.
It's hard to explain sometimes.
No, I think that most people listening understand because we've really started this huge campaign to make our listeners aware of the plight of the orangutans and the rainforests.
It's brilliant. What I've seen online so far from so many young people all over the world, that's really one of the secrets to success is spreading the word, especially among young people.
Yeah.
It's almost a cliche at this point that, young people need to do everything. But no, it's so important. And to watch the videos with especially the little kids.
Yes.
Learning English and hearing the word orangutan, which is a Malaysian Indonesian word,
right,
in the sentences. It's such a beautiful thing.
Yeah, we love it too. And obviously, as you said, it's a cliche, but they're the ones who are going to be the decision makers in the near future.
Yep.
And so learning about this as young as possible, they can hopefully do something about it or continue to do something about it.
Exactly.
And how is there anything that Orangutan Outreach is doing to build awareness among children and youth?
We have quite a few campaigns. Some are focused around zoos. Some are focused around television shows that come and go. We got our start with a show called Orangutan Island on Animal Planet that was shown all over the world. We have a youth ambassador who's an absolutely amazing young lady who started with us when she was about 8. Her name's Allison Boyer, and now she's in high school, and she's created a whole thing called Purses for Primates, and she raises awareness and funds. And she's been one of our breakout stars, so to speak. And whenever young people contact us, we try to put them in touch with Allie, who can sort of chaperone them and to see how they can help. From wherever they are in the world, doing whatever they can to help the orangutans. But really, what Orangutan Outreach does is we work with a lot of organizations in the field, in Borneo and Sumatra. And we try to raise support for the efforts on the ground. And that's really the role we play is from the outside, bringing attention to the crisis facing orangutans and coordinating efforts with all of these amazing partners.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of what you've done. It's really amazing, but I know there's so much more that needs to be done. What would you like to tell the children and teens all over the world who have participated or are participating in the Hello My World campaign?
First, a gigantic thank you, a big hairy red hug. Thank you so much for doing this. It's really I can't exaggerate the importance of all of these young people all over the world learning about orangutans and wanting to help them. It's really there's so much information in the world, and with the internet, there's so many things happening. It's hard to break through to people. And when you see it happening within the schools like this, it's just such a great thing. And we really just appreciate it. And, the effort being made by the teachers and everyone, it's just fantastic.
It's been the parents have also gotten very involved.
Yeah.
And, we're really hoping that this is something that's going to be ongoing. It wasn't just, for 1 month and then we're finished. It's something that we want to continue doing.
Yeah, no, that's excellent. And what Orangutan Outreach can do is provide basically an outlet or a platform for any of these young people that want to do more. They can visit our website, redapes.org, and learn more about the orangutans and really step up and do whatever they want to help. Because the problem, it's ongoing. It's not just one lesson and then you move on.
Of course.
We're trying to save a species from extinction. And we want to make sure they're in the wild where they belong for the future future generations to see. And this we'll be doing this for many years to come. So some of these children, maybe they'll be able to join us when they're older even, right?
That'd be great. If anyone has any questions or comments, please write to us through radio@helenderongroup.com, or you can just write to us on the website, on the Helen Drone Radio website. Okay, Richard, thank you very much.
Well, thank you. Really, it's a pleasure to be here, and I am available for anyone at Helen Doron or any of the students that want to learn more.
Fantastic. We'll be in touch with you.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Helen Doron, English Radio Worldwide.